Mustang Spoo Guy X. Welcome back to GTA 5 and the LS Rally. New vehicles. A new vehicle has been added to GTA 5. This is the VORTEX. I don't know why I paused. It's the VORTEX. And, well, motorcycles always go very fast around this circuit. So, this one, I was expecting to be on the same level or similar level to other vehicles, like the 801, the BF400, stuff like that. Leaning forward actually seems to be going a little bit faster for this because, for whatever reason, leaning back, you don't actually put the wheel up in the air. I got very lucky on the jump there, and by jump I mean I didn't mean to jump, and I braked a little late, but somehow I managed to bounce off of it. And yeah, the VORTEX, pretty good, I do like it, but not exactly the best vehicle as I run wide, but I am able to recover it, fly through there, and into a pole. Yeah, everything was going fine until I was an idiot and ran into a pole. Because, you know, after I do absolute amazingness. Yeah, on to the completed run. I may have had a really dumb crash, like right there. I think that is the earliest time I've ever had a crash. On the first corner. Yeah. Not my best moment ever. But, honestly, nothing special at the VORTEX, really. It's not the worst bike, it's not the best bike, there's no major flaws. It has good acceleration, good braking, okay top speed, phenomenal turning. You know, the normal bike stuff, what bikes should typically have. So there's nothing real special with it. But, yeah, it's still a pretty good bike nonetheless. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's okay in my opinion. I still think the body is better than it, just because this is costing like $300,000. Body costs $12,000. There's a bit of a price difference, so yeah, we're gonna coast our way through there just so we don't die, because that would be unfortunate. Got very lucky there with a bounce that didn't slow us down at all. I tried to avoid the person. In my attempts to avoid the person, I almost screwed up there. I'm not quite sure how I didn't screw up there, but there you go. Avoid the signs as not to fall off your bike. So that would be unfortunate to fall off your bike now as you go across the line. Yeah, VORTEX is pretty good, but nothing real special about it, honestly. Well, tomorrow's Halloween. I have to go for some Halloween-themed vehicles today. So, I might as well go for the Halloween DLC vehicles. The $2 million bike is unable to be played in this game. I tried to when I updated this map in order to use the VORTEX. I tried to get the $2 million bike in it. The game said no, screw you. And it was said that it shall not be in here. And so I'm using the LURCHER. And it's basically a hearse with a wheelie bar on it. Okay? Because if you're gonna have a hearse, you have to put a wheelie bar on it. Now, it is a muscle car, meaning rear-wheel drive, lots of power. It's very oversteery. However, it is nice and controlled oversteer. It's not snappy or anything awful like that. This is nice and controlled. You can easily gather it back up. However, the brakes are not quite as good. I outbrake myself slightly, but we didn't hit any walls, so we are fine. I didn't lose too much time on that one. Now, I was concerned for these corners coming up, these two main corners, because they're very bumpy and they're rather fast, so yeah. And also these slow I was kind of concerned about, but 2 out of 3 I had no problems with. This one had a big bump, Got a lot of oversteer, big slide, but we were able to recover it without too many problems. Then came the fences. I wasn't quite sure how much speed, so I tried flat out, and it worked beautifully. Get a big stop in the braking zone, or get stopped in time. Go up here, nice and easily. So far, so good. Yeah, LURCHER. I really quite like this vehicle. It looks amazing. It is a hearse with a wheelie bar on it, which always makes the vehicle exponentially better. Okay? And, yeah. Overall, not too hard of a vehicle to drive considering I did on my first attempt. Yeah. Not the fastest by any means. However, it is quite fun to drive. And well, finally, we have to go for one of the craziest vehicles in GTA 5. The FRANKEN. I don't care if it's called the Frankenstein, it's a FRANKEN to me. Oh. I love how the engine shakes. It's just amazing how crazy this vehicle is. And yeah, I thought this would be a fitting end, because this is the other Halloween vehicle. So, this should go amazingly well. The oversteer did help me get around the first hairpin, which was kind of nice. However, I can't really put the power down on the corners that well, in fear of getting oversteer, even though it does have massive rear tires. Got a little bump. Yeah, this is a sports classic, ironically, not a muscle car. I don't quite know how this is a sports car, but there you go. Or really a classic sports car. So, but I think it looks properly and crazy. It meets my seal of approval for craziness. Don't slide around. It's not as slidey as the LURCHER, probably helped by those absolutely massive rear tires. However, I can only imagine the weight displacement for this vehicle is incredibly heavy on the front and very light in the back. Because, if you will notice, it's not exactly the, not the most heavy in the back. I may have slightly outbraked myself on that one. Yeah, the oversteer wasn't the main problem. The brakes were not very good on the FRANKEN. Yeah, they're not the best. So, I did have to be wary about that because they weren't quite the best ever. I did have to take a bit of a wide route because on that one corner I get understeer. That one corner. It's a bit of a weird thing. On some corners it gets oversteer, on some corners it gets understeer. It's a very strange vehicle, so it fits the title. I managed to somehow recover bouncing off the wall. I don't quite know how I did that. Same thing with the VORTEX. But, there you go. Yeah, this vehicle can be oversteer sometimes, understeer at others. It's weird. It's weird, it's crazy, it's loud, I love it. It's my car. My car. Yeah. You just have to be wary of the brakes and the oversteer. Again, the strange shape of the vehicle with gigantic and outsprung rear tires kind of helped me almost make it around the hairpin a little bit faster than I probably could have normally. Because although I got slowed down slightly, I actually didn't lose that much time, and therefore I was able to get a fast run out of that section, because I was going as slightly as through. And I did do a slight wheelie exiting the fences, but it was all manageable, which is what you need when you're doing the fences. Yeah, none of these vehicles had major problems with the fences, none that I couldn't control anyway. And we go to the dirt section, a little bit of spin. Yeah, a wiggle as we go across the line with the LURCHER. Or LURCHER. sorry, the STANGE. Yeah, another interesting vehicle from the previous Halloween DLC. Yeah, I really, really do quite like it. And now on to the times. With a 139.13 goes the VORTEX into third place. Yeah, the VORTEX, obviously a motorcycle, gonna be one of the fastest vehicles. Actually pretty good considering it does get beat by the Batty 801 and the Haikuchu Drag, but it does beat the trophy truck. That trophy truck was still a mighty amazing run on my part and the vehicle's parts. And then in 25th place we have the FRANKEN with a 209.37. Yeah, it wasn't the best vehicle. It didn't have best acceleration or traction, and oversteer and braking was a problem. So, not quite the easiest vehicle to drive, and the times do kind of show that. And right underneath that is the LURCHER. Yeah. The two Halloween vehicles were not fast, doing a 210.03 for the LURCHER. As they're crazy, bonkers vehicles, these cars, but they sadly just are not fast enough to keep up with the pack. So, anyway guys, that's it for this episode of GTA 5. We'll be back with more.